Season 2 of the Pat and JT podcast.
Oh man, I'm here at last. The best time, always gonna be the best. Come on!
Exclusively on the Herd App Media Network.
Patiently awaiting the arrival of John F. Carroll.
Well, he's been here a couple times.
Yeah. He just hasn't followed through his connections, and it's not cooperating very well today.
It could be the weather, maybe.
Maybe.
Let me look here real quick. So it looks like, earlier when I looked at it, it was like, man, it's just going to rain all day, which I'm not opposed to at all. Because I liked just the idea of, waking up and all you hear is the rain falling and it's not windy, maybe a little thunder, maybe a little lightning. We're kind of in the middle. He's probably getting rained on right now.
Yeah. I don't know.
It looks like
either way, it was, I don't know. It was just a fun process. Next time when and actually, I don't know. I can't connect him. He's in the green room. He's in the waiting room, but I can't connect him. So I don't know what the situation is, but hopefully John Carroll will be jumping in here anytime. We'll see.
I hope so. Well, I'll tell you, in the meantime, July 4th weekend, a lot of stuff going on this weekend. Finally, we're at the halfway point of the year. And looking forward to, honestly, it's going to be pretty mild this weekend. It's going to get warm, but it looks like we've got rain or thunderstorms for the next week, almost every day. But I don't think that's going to slow anybody down. There's a lot of stuff going on. In particular, we've talked about it before, is the Omaha Storm Chasers has their big weekend, July 4th weekend. And they have that 4 for the 4th ticket package that's out right now. So you can get 4 Saturday, see where you guys get 4 Saturday games and get a ticket for the 4th of July free. And they're playing this weekend the Toledo Mud Hens, which I just love saying that.
I know it's fun. It's one of the best mascot names.
Toledo Mud Hens, and then my other favorite is the Savannah Bananas, which we've talked about before. That to me is just like the Savannah Bananas are Bull Durham come to life, essentially, right? Because it's like, aren't all those clubs? I don't know. Was there a time when it was like all those clubs were just like showboating?
Probably. And the Savannah Bananas, are they like the Globetrotters of baseball?
I don't know what their story is. I really don't. Marty knows all about them. He's like, oh yeah, I know about the Savannah Bananas. Does somebody know about the Savannah Bananas? Can you fill me in what the deal is?
They're awesome. They're funny. It's super fun, but there's just no way that they could, like, the NBA, what? The Major League Baseball would sanction.
They're an NBA team? What? Okay. Hold on. Let me pull
bless John Carroll. John Carroll is here. We're seeing, he's audible to his phone. Hi, Johnny.
Hello. My tech issues are really bad today.
See, I was like, how could it be that you inside were having more troubles than you have? You never have troubles outside.
We may have had a small spat in the house about our technology issues this morning.
I love it. That's funny.
So I'm going to run away and join the Slump Busters.
There you go. Oh my God. You know what? I was at Embassy Suites last week, and they were that's where they were all staying. And there was this giant inflatable baseball out front with Slump Busters across the front. I took a picture of it. I saved it for you, Pat. So I've got a picture of it.
Well, history says Slump Busters stay at the Howard Johnson. Just so
maybe just one night. Maybe just one night.
I think it's just called like 1 hour. I think it's
not the Hojo
motel.
Yeah.
No, motel.
No name, not the Hojo. No.
Hourly rates, cash preferred.
I don't understand. I haven't seen any backlash that nobody's caught on yet. I don't know if nobody tells them.
Ignore it. I don't know. They're just ignoring it.
They've got to be. Or it's an inside joke and they just kind of like.
Yeah.
Waiting to see if they can get more. What's that?
I'm just saying until the internet and social media ruins it, because it ruins everything. It ruins all the fun stuff.
It's got to be so much fun when they see a story like on Channel 7 or something, and they're talking about the Slump Busters in town.
Yeah. And then watch John Nicely start to giggle.
We were just talking, John, about this weekend and all the stuff that's going on. Storm Chasers have a big weekend. But the team they're playing is the Toledo Mud Hens, which a great name, right? And one of my other favorite teams is called the Savannah Bananas. Have you heard of them?
No, but I'd like to meet them.
The Savannah, look them up if you get a chance. They're on TikTok. They are hilarious. But Pat was asking,
Are they a
is this real?
team?
That's what Pat was asking. Are they like the Globetrotters or what's the deal? They belong to the Central Plain League in the West Division. So
Well, there
they're
you
the
go.
real deal. Right?
But
So
they
they've
dance
won.
and take their shirts off, and they like have dances the whole team during the game, and they'll pitch like with shirts off. Like it's I don't know. There's something
They're
weird about it.
choreographed.
Yeah.
And the umpires get into it, and the pitcher's amazing. Like he'll come right off of the dance and then turn around, strike throws, and the other guy's mesmerized by all the dancing baseball players because they're all. It's like, oh my God, he's gonna get me. And they've literally, I think here I was just reading through a couple of things about them. They'll have like 80,000 in attendance at 25 games in 2016. They ranked second in average attendance with about 4,000 per game. That's just
Yeah.
crazy. It says, oh wait, could they be like a collegiate team?
I don't think so. I don't know, maybe, but I don't know.
I can't imagine. I don't know. I want to know what the deal is with them. Maybe we need to talk to Marty Cordero about this. I
Okay,
don't know what
we'll
this
ask him.
means.
Speaking of
When do
baseball,
they play?
They're playing now. If you look them up, you can find them. But they not like us. But I
Local.
mean, they're in Savannah, Georgia. But I don't know what the deal is. Like who?
Speaking of baseball, did you guys see that? I think it's in the next couple of years, the Major League Baseball wants to have robot umpires. That they
No.
have AI that's going to call the balls and strikes. A human will still be behind the catcher,
No.
but the AI ump will, through an earpiece, tell the umpire ball or strike. And
No.
that's a legitimate thing they're going to be doing.
That's ridiculous.
Then you'll have robots swinging the bats.
Mhm.
Right? It's like they take the fun. They take the fun out of everything.
They already have
Direct-
robot dogs.
Right. And start drafting robots.
Right.
That's-
robots
and
making
again-
more money than all of us combined.
Exactly. Everybody's getting replaced slow but sure. No, I don't want the umpires to get replaced. I like the umpires.
No, it's fun to yell at them.
Right.
That too. That too. And then this weekend, also they're getting ready for the big weekend at Jean Leahy Mall with the grand opening. Kristen Chenoweth tonight.
Yeah, hello.
Are you going to go down for any of it this weekend?
You know,
Johnny?
I can't. I've got a trial started. Am I back? Hello?
Yes. You're here.
Hello, we got you.
Am I back? Okay. All right. I have trial starting next week, so I'll be hunkered down, getting ready for that. So that starts on Wednesday. So no, so I will not be down there, but I can't wait to go down there and see all the cool stuff.
Yeah, it was
I've
beautiful.
seen people saying on both sides. Some people are pissed off because there's not a lot of green space and it's a lot of gravel or concrete because they were trying to make it more accessible throughout. But it's also taken away a lot of the green that was down there. I'm just going to throw it out there. A little controversy.
Well, and I heard that. Okay, so and I heard that too. And then I heard on the other side that somebody said, one of the people that designed it, that they this morning on Channel 7, they're like, this is amazing because we've added so much greenery and there's so many plants and everything. And they kind of showed a little bit of it, and it looked like the foliage was all over the place. But
You'll have to see. You're going to be down there tomorrow night, right, Pat, for the Fred Eldridge?
Fred Eldridge, yeah.
And then Fame the Musical is there on the 3rd with the UNO Theater Summer Musical Academy. And then July 4th is Salute to the Military with their fireworks. So, yeah, big weekend.
Yeah, that'll be packed down there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And thankfully, I don't know, the weather back and forth. You guys get rain today? Nice little thunderstorm?
You know, it kind of bypassed us, and then we just got like this little like sprinkly stuff, and it, you know, dampened my flower pots. But beyond that, we really didn't get much. It sounds like Douglas County got hampered.
That's going to be our podcast title: "Dampening My Flower Pot."
His flower pots are damp.
Yeah,
They're damp.
What?
They're
Yeah.
damp. See. Yep, they're damp.
I'm looking over here. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Okay, I'm just looking at some of the comments we had here. Good morning, cousin Julie. There she is. Hi. Jillian, good morning. Denise, good morning. Tara. Wendy said KETV recently ran a story and thought of our conversation, and that was about the Omaha Slump Busters. Sorry to taint your we tainted your thoughts. We tainted
this John might have a comment on this. We got a text regarding something we were talking about yesterday. Got it this morning, and because you're a nurse for no other reason, it had to do with what's his name? Travis Barker having
Travis
his
Barker is
pancreas
Oh yeah, the pancreatitis.
after a
Yes.
colonoscopy. Yeah.
Yes.
Denise posted, because of all things to yell at the podcast, the pancreas is an angry organ, so it doesn't take much to cause problems.
100%.
Mhm.
How deep are you going if you're hitting the pancreas? Like, is that a little bit far? I mean, that's what I mean.
Bump the pancreas.
So you're kind of going along, and it's achoo, oh shit, literally.
Oh man.
Yep.
And of course, poor Travis was out, so he didn't even know that happened. Probably he had no idea.
He didn't know, like, it was popping out of his mouth for a quick second, like Alien.
Retract.
Pull back.
Retreat.
No, but they're absolutely right. The one thing that it's like the pancreas is just a very grumpy old man, and it doesn't like to be nudged or bumped. You know, like you'd be in a grocery store, bump into somebody, and they'd be like, "Oh no, no problem." Your pancreas are like, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for the self bleep.
It's like I didn't know how far I could go with all of that. I'm always still gun shy because of being on the radio and saying blowjob and other things that I wasn't supposed to say. But I think now we don't have to worry about that as much.
We don't as much. We could probably Facebook could probably ban us. I don't know, or censor us. I don't know. I don't think it's censor worthy because in context, your story was not against the rules.
Right. It was not lewd.
It was just the name of the shot you were talking about.
It was a cocktail. I mean, it was like, it was a real thing.
If you can't say that, you shouldn't be able to say cocktail.
Right.
That's right. Right. Exactly. We're just going to have tails.
Yeah.
Come over for some tails.
And that's
but then you can't
problem
even
too.
really say that no more. Right.
Nope,
Exactly.
You really can't.
Yeah.
You
We're going to
really
put things in a glass and we're going to do this.
can't do that either.
Okay. Also,
John, because that was the no-handed.
Oh my gosh,
shot.
I was doing the
Have
the
you ever
blowjob
tried
drink.
the shot when you have that shot and you can't use your hands?
That's right. Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah, there you go. We are off to a fire hot start.
But yeah, so when I heard about his pancreatitis, like that was like very, worrisome. So I do wonder, because when you do the scope and you go so far, that's kind of the junction of where you stop. Like there's small and the large intestine goes over and then it meets at the cecum, and that's kind of the area where the colonoscopy meets an endoscopy. So I do think it's kind of interesting that he ended up with pancreatitis from a routine colonoscopy. That is not something I've ever heard of before.
That seems to be where they want to lay the blame, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I thought if maybe it had some other procedure, and they had to go up into the pancreatic duct or, the common bile duct, if they were all up in that area for some reason.
Do you think, could there be any, because, he suffers from several ailments because of the plane crash. And he had other infections because he was burned over like 65% of his body in that plane crash in 2008. And he suffered from because of those infections.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering if there isn't some connection with all of that as well. Wow.
Yeah, crazy. But yeah, pancreatitis is extremely painful. I mean, you're on hardcore meds when it's at its worst. And then, you have to see where the amylase and lipase goes. I mean, they're just tracking them because it can be deadly. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And the pancreas is such a strange organ, with all the enzymes and everything that it produces. Like, literally it could get so pissed off it basically eats itself.
It's like, why can't it be more like the spleen where you can just like say, okay, just chuck it.
Yeah. If we play fair, we're getting rid of them.
Yeah, I broke into, just take it out. Wait, and just get rid of it.
Just check it. I don't know what you need to do, but anyway. So what are you going to do this weekend? What's your big plan for the July 4th weekend?
It's always, since we've had goats, and our driveway, Sarpy County, and so we're on the Sarpy side, and then our neighbors to the north are in Douglas, and then down the lane we share an easement. there's a bunch of cabins that are there, and over the years it's kind of flipped over, so there's a lot more younger people that are over there, and they do a huge fireworks thing, and it's literally what 300 feet from our goats,
Oh man.
and it's like World War III. And the first year that it happened, we didn't even know it was going to happen,
Oh,
and our
God.
goats were literally stacked like 5 and 6 deep on top of each other in the corners of the pastures, trying to get away because the fireworks were landing on top of them. Like literally, the haze of the smoke
Mhm.
and the residual paper was all on our
that's terrible.
property, on our roof, everything. So we talked to them and said, "Hey, you have this open pasture. Can you just move it there and then shoot to the west?" And
Mhm.
then it became kind of a, Hatfields and McCoys kind of
Oh my
like
God.
thing where it's like
They
we
doubled
don't
down?
know. Yeah, double down. And so last year they literally moved it closer,
Oh, what jerks.
like literally just across the lane. So we had to take all the goats and move them into the downstairs pasture. And Chad went with the boy goats in the other pasture. And then I just spent 2 hours trying to calm them down. The goats were literally around me, underneath my legs,
Oh, that's
scared to death.
Yeah.
And so we just sit there and have to wait it out. Well, this year we have a bunch of baby goats. And so we're very
Yeah.
stressed that they'll get trampled. Um,
Right.
and so we're trying to figure out, like, do we need to at least separate the babies from the mamas for
Do you,
the evening until it's done and over with?
do,
So
do you have
that's
any
what we're going
place
to
you
be
can
doing.
do you have any place you can take them, like just for
To try to load up 250 plus goats to move them.
well,
It's just not feasible. With
like, is this a
you
young
literally,
couple? Is this a young couple that or an older couple? Like,
it's a whole crew of them. They all come in together and put money in, and it's borderline commercial. Like it's
yeah.
no, I think that actually we saw they had to get a permit from Douglas County to do what they're doing. So, and we even called the fire marshal, and they said, yeah, we should probably look at that if you're near a farm, or because we get a lot of things about horses and dogs, and I'm
yeah,
like, yeah, I mean, it just makes no fundamental sense. We were here first. We've been
right.
here for what 17 years. Our
Mhm.
goats have been here for 14 of those years. So
Mhm.
yeah, 4th of July for us is extremely stressful. The
It
whole
is.
evening is just us hoping that somebody doesn't break a neck or a leg
Yeah.
or
Mhm.
something. So
Mhm.
yeah, it really, really makes me angry, especially because there is an open pasture that they could just fire straight to the west and
Yeah.
deal with it. And so it's almost personal at this point that they're not willing to do that because they can enjoy it just as much
Right.
there than doing this
Well,
other
they're
thing.
hurting
Okay, let me
animals. If they're causing discomfort for animals, and they don't. It's not like you and Chad live by yourselves, and it's just annoying
Right.
to you. It's like it's dangerous for the animals.
but
What?
the stuff's landing on your house and in
Oh
your
yeah, I
field.
mean
Can you not do anything for that? Can you or not?
I haven't found anything. I called, and essentially I think that when they kind of approved fireworks again, there's I think a bunch of pieces that are still missing, especially in the rural areas because you pretty much have a lot of autonomy
Mhm.
out in the country, which is great. I mean, that's why a lot of people want to move to the country. But I think that there's also just a respect you know part of this that is just lacking. So we haven't heard much to see what's going to happen this year.
Yeah.
But last year was ugly. Like we had to make phone calls, and we met with them, and it was just a doubling down that was really disappointing because we were like, hey, we're not telling you not to do it. We're just saying,
Yeah.
can you just not shoot them our way or go further where you have this big open green pasture? Just go out there
Right. I mean,
and set it up there.
you're still going to have a problem regardless because of the noise.
Yeah.
But the fact that stuff is drifting into their space
Yes.
is just unacceptable. I mean, it's,
Yeah, and
it's
then and you're right about the noise. No matter what, they're all skittish. But when they're like
yeah.
300 feet away, it's like, and we're in a valley, so it's like an echo chamber,
Mhm.
and it's almost like a double. Like it goes off, and then there's a second one because of the echo. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I
so
mean,
4th of July hasn't been
crazy.
fun for us for a long time.
Yeah.
No, you're getting a lot of support in the comments there. I don't know if you've seen that, if you can see the
Not
comments.
yet. I'll
But
check them out. Thanks,
yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, if anybody knows who these yahoos are,
We're going to protest.
Right? I mean, that's just it is. It's like, okay, you're just
Yeah.
trying to be confrontational and trying
Yeah.
to be jackasses. I mean, that's all they don't care. It's like,
Yeah, and
they're gonna pop another beer and make me stop. It's like, okay, just try to
Shut
be
up.
a bigger, jerk. And I can't even call them a redneck because rednecks aren't necessarily that's not the problem. They're just jackasses.
That's just trashy.
right.
They're trashy. Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That makes me mad.
And then right to the north of that is there's a horse and a donkey that are pretty much the same distance, away, and they have to do the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go out there and make sure the horses don't run through the fence.
Which they will.
It's just, it's not cool.
Well,
I know. I got to say, remember over years ago when they banned fireworks in Omaha, and we jokingly made fun of that. And I take all those words back.
Yeah.
Then they reinstated fireworks, and then we were like, no, leave them banned. Stop.
Yeah. Right.
Sparklers for everybody. That's all you get.
Mhm.
Sparklers and snakes. And if you want more, you got to go somewhere else. And that's it. And so I think we may have to reinstitute or gather and and start a petition because I don't want this to happen for you guys.
Well, and friends of ours have an older dog that's just like literally has anxiety attacks. So they actually left and they're going to camp away from everybody just to get away from it.
Well, dogs have such an acute sense of hearing, number one, and people don't realize that their hearing is so different than ours, and they can hear things long far away. And so when it's loud, it's deafening to them.
Mhm.
And same thing here when I leave the dogs. And that's why when I'm gone during the day, I leave dog TV on or have some kind of music playing or something's on all the time so they can't hear car doors, people talking. But when it's fireworks, even here, it's ridiculous because I'm just trying, like you, but just to a lesser degree. But it's just case in point. Even here, it's chaos, and that's just insane. If I had somebody next door to me doing that, and there's no guarantee I won't. And there's no guarantee I won't because I'm just waiting to see what's coming.
Right.
Because it gets a little spicy in the street sometimes. And I've had fireworks signed on my house.
Hey, Jillian asked a question in the comments. This is a good question. Are there we have doggy downers or like anxiety things? Is there anything for goats, like herd anxiety stuff?
I'm gonna dump it like bottles of it into their water.
There is something
unconscious.
There is something that you can use. It's called Relax, and it is all natural, and you do put it in their water, and it does calm. It's for horses, dogs, and people. I don't have enough for all your goats, but it is something that you can use in their water. And it is completely natural, and it does help kind of like take the edge off. It's called Relax. If anybody else is interested in it, but that's one. But I think there's other things that are out there. But yeah, for the number of animals that you're trying to treat.
Yeah, crazy.
Right.
Well, hey, I gotta go. I've got to go meet my client, so I just wanted to pop in and say hello to everybody.
No, that's okay. You made it for the whole show. Actually, that's just going to be kind of a shortened version today. But we just wanted to wish everybody a very happy and safe 4th of July. And I know all you all are not the jackasses that are living next door to John. So I know you guys all have a fantastic time, and thanks for popping in with us today. We appreciate that.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. Thanks, Johnny, for coming. Have a good weekend.
Good weekend. Happy 4th, everybody.
Happy 4th.
And we will be back, on Tuesday. And you can download, subscribe to our podcast anywhere you get your podcasts, or watch us live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube every Friday.
Bye.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Huda Media Production.